What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with the God. I'm your host, the one, the only Pancake God. So thanks for tuning in and coming back. If you're new to this, I do a series of how-tos, basically how to cook with me, or the process that I go through when I'm making some of the foods that I make. Today I had a really wonderful idea. It is getting to be that time of the year that's my favorite time, and that's fall. I love fall weather. However, it's not fall quite yet, but it feels like fall outside. So early mornings, I'm back to, wanting to wear a hoodie. Some mornings I do, some mornings I don't. But that's just very exciting for me because I really love the fall. But that has sparked an idea for me. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's go ahead and just make these nice fall pancakes. So I decided to make pumpkin pancakes with, of course, the one and the only Kodiak cake mix, the pumpkin flax. Discount code PancakeGod15 saves you some money. Make sure you use it. So there's a few things that we can do with this as well. So I'll take you through how I'm making these, but also we have to remember that the pumpkin flax cooks a little different than the regular pancake mixes. It takes a little bit longer. You can't cook it on the same heat setting as well too, just because it will burn. It won't get that nice pretty brown look. But what I'm going to use for some of my toppings today will be pecans, walnuts, and I was going to use something that I've been using lately to save me on some macros rather than ice cream. But today I've got to use a certain ice cream for this because it brings it all together. So what I've been using lately on my pancakes and other desserts is this light whip topping. So basically it's only per 2 tablespoons. It's 1 gram of fat, 3 grams of carbs, no protein. So it's a great substitute, and it tastes just as good. And it seems like you're eating a real dessert. I really enjoy it. I've been putting this on almost everything. However, today I'm gonna use maybe a small scoop of the one and the only pumpkin cheesecake from Ben & Jerry's. Of course, I had to. So I'm gonna use that today. The pancake stack is gonna be very monotone in terms of color. It's gonna be very neutral. It's gonna be brownish, orangish all the way through, especially with the pecans and walnuts and ice cream as well. But enough talking now. Let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll show you guys how I make my pumpkin pancakes. So all I'm doing here now is just getting the settings right. So I'm gonna go in grams and give myself 106 grams of the pumpkin flax mix. This is exactly 2 servings. We're not gonna overcomplicate anything here. If you want thicker pancakes, you're gonna do less liquid in your batter, whether it's milk, almond milk, or water. If you want looser pancakes, you're just gonna add more liquid. I'll always say start off with less liquid and then add as you go until you find the consistency that you like. So typically with the Kodiak cake mix, if you have a non-stick skillet, your pancake shouldn't stick to the pan. So that's typically true across the board, and it works really well, and they have this nice brown color and texture. However, with the pumpkin mix, I'd say spray the pan with some cooking spray because it will stick. Even if it's a non-stick skillet, it will somewhat stick, and I'd prefer it not to do that and have a nice clean flip as opposed to having that rough pancake that comes out. Now what I would typically do is use a ring mode. When I'm eating pancakes on a regular, I typically don't use this, but whenever I'm doing them for the aesthetics of social media, I will use these to give them that nice, perfect circular and thickness look. Outside of that, I'll just freehand it for the most part, but for these, I'm gonna try to. But I'm gonna spray this as well as the pan. So I've gone ahead and warmed up my pan, or it is warming up on a low medium-ish heat. So once that starts to heat up a little bit more, we'll go ahead and start. All right, so I've got my egg mold down, and again, you do not need this. This is just something, again, that I like to use from time to time. You can do these completely without this, but if you are using one of these, do not fill it up to the top. Fill it halfway, because the pancake mix
will rise. So the pancakes will rise in the ring, and if you fill it up, it's going to overflow. As you can see here, it got right to the top. I pretty much got it down to science. Sometimes I don't always put in the exact amounts for each, so some of my pancakes are thicker than others, but that's cool. I'm not really too concerned about that. So once you flip it, if you see that it does kind of spill out to the side, that's okay. Once it cooks a little bit, you can push it in and it'll like mold back to a circle. So that's still pretty cool. It won't be like absolutely perfect, but it'll still look pretty nice.
So my burner goes up to 9. I kept my setting on 3.
Please number 3, my lord. Oh, okay. Number 3.
So it gave me these nice brown pancakes, and I was able to make, so I did, as you saw, I did 2 servings, so I'm always usually able to make 4 thick pancakes. And I did the same here as well too, but it takes a little bit longer to make, especially if they're thicker. And it's the pumpkin mix. It's going to take a little bit longer to make, but I'm basically finishing up on my last one. What I'm going to do then is take pictures and make it look real nice for the socials, and then come back and finish off with you guys. But I'm gonna do that, then kind of show you how that looks. So we'll do that now. All right, and there you have it. To all my basic bitches out there, you're welcome. Now, that'll do it for me today. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, give this video a thumbs up. Always comment below what you'd like to see next. And, I'll throw it in the shuffle of what I'm going to do. Outside of that, stay hungry, my friends. Catch you next time.
Here we go.